Hello everyone, today we will discuss about the disjoint set data structure. So let's start. So disjoint sets are sets having no common element. The name disjoint is self-explanatory. For example, here we see three sets. We number the balls like 3, 5, 7, 4, 2, 8, 1 and 6. We see that there are three sets and there is no common element. Now if we say that element 1 and 2 are member of the same set, then these two sets will be merged, because these two sets will no more represent the disjoint sets. So data structures that are used to represent disjoint sets are called disjoint set data structures. An important property of disjoint set is that each set is represented by a representative. For example, in this set the representative is 7, for this set the representative is 2, and for this set the representative is 1. So 3 belongs to the set 7, 5 belongs to the set 7, 4 belongs to the set 2, 8 belongs to the set 2, and similarly 6 belongs to the set 1. So these representatives actually represent the name of the set. There are three common operations of disjoint sets. One of the operation is make set. Make set is usually the initialization operation that is used to create a new set with a single element. So initially we have sets with single element, and later these sets are merged based on the provided information. So for a total of 9 elements, we have 9 different sets. We can represent the sets using an array. So there will be 9 elements in the array. Since every set consists of one element, that element will perform as the representative of this set. So 4 belongs to the set 4, 2 belongs to the set 2, and so on. So initially we have 9 elements, so we need 9 representative for 9 sets, and we will put the representatives in the corresponding cell. So cell 1 is represented by 1, cell 2 is represented by 2, 3 is represented by 3, and so on. So for n elements, this operation takes big O of n. Union is another typical set operation. We usually merge different sets using the union operation. For example, we are given with 4 different disjoint sets. Now if we perform the operation union 3, 1, then 3 and 1 will be the element of the same set. So set 5 and set 1 will no more represent disjoint sets. These sets will be merged into one set named set 5. Similarly, if we say union 4, 9, then these two sets will be merged, and the representative will be either 8 or 9. The find set operation is very easy, it just returns the representative of the set. So if we look for the representative of element 1, then the name is 5. If we look for the representative of the element 4, then the representative is 8, because 4 belongs to the set 8 and 1 belongs to the set 5. There are many applications of the disjoint set data structure. For example, when we are creating a tree, we can use the union operation to find any loop. For this example, every node is considered as an element of a set. So every edge represents an union operation. So for the edge 1, 2, set of 1 is merged with the set of 2. So let us perform the operations. First we union between the set 1 and 2. So we union 1 and 2. Then we union 3 and 4. Then we consider the age 8, 7. So we union 8 and 7. Then we consider the age 5, 1. So we union 5 and 1. Then we consider the age 1, 4. So we union 1 and 4. So at this stage it's clear from this forest that there are two disjoint sets. One of the set consists of elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Another set consists of elements 7 and 8. Now if we look carefully, we will see that if we perform any union operation between the elements of the same set, then it will create a loop. So if we add an edge that consists of nodes from the same set, then it will create a loop. For example, if we add the edge 4, 5, then it will create a loop. So let's consider the edge 2, 3. So the two nodes 2 and 3 will be connected, but we see that 2 and 3 belongs to the same set. So if we connect 2 and 3, then it will create a loop. Let us assume that the representative of the first set is 1 and the representative of the second set is 7. Now let us consider how can we avoid creating loops in the tree. So when we are going to add a new edge to the tree, we need to know the representative of the nodes. So the representative of the first node 2 is 1 and the representative of the second node 3 is also 1. And we know that if we perform union operation between the elements of the same set, then it will create a loop. So we use the find operation to find the representative of the corresponding sets, and if we see that the representative of the set 2 is equals to the representative of the set 3, then we will not perform the union operation. So now we need to know how can we represent the data structure efficiently so that the union operation and the find operation can be performed efficiently.